Lead generation is the name of the game. Today I'm going to give you 24 ways to generate leads right now. Having a steady flow of leads coming into your business is key for your success. Today I'm going to go and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about 24 different ways that you can generate leads in today's market environment that'll absolutely help you grow your business. Listen, before I get into this, if you're looking for a place where you can get ideas on how to grow your real estate business, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also, hit the bell. That'll make sure that you are notified as we drop new videos, typically 2 a week. First way is to use QR codes to attract buyers. Now, QR codes, because of the pandemic, have become something that we're typically used to. It's so easy just to hold your phone up. It's also something that we can utilize to capture some of these folks. Now, we can do this in a number of different ways. First way is that every listing you have should have a QR code on it where they can get additional details on that listing. Have it where it's going to a place, in a lot of cases your website, where they can see a few pictures and then it captures them as a lead. Also putting together content like 5 untold secrets every first-time home buyer should know about. Utilizing that, sending a mailer to apartment complexes where you're sending that with the QR code for the full details on this. That's a great way that you can utilize this as well. Or maybe you do one where you're talking about 3 things every investor should know before buying their next real estate investment property. Then just spread that QR code everywhere, social media, in your email signature line, every post that you're doing, whatever it is that you're doing, get that information out, and those QR codes are going to absolutely help you generate more leads. Number 2 is to produce real estate searchable topics in YouTube videos. YouTube is the number 2 search engine in the world. It is absolutely somewhere where we're seeing more and more traffic for those potential people that are moving to new areas or that are searching for information about neighborhoods in their area. Go in and think about it. What is it that people are thinking? Maybe they're asking, what are the 5 best neighborhoods in a certain city? Or things people should know before moving to? Or 7 things to do before you put your home on the market? Whatever it is, and make sure you're making this specific to your location and to your area. If you're curious about someone who's doing this in a very, very high level, go ahead and check the link above. This is where I'm talking with Noah Escobar, who's generated over $7 million worth of listings and sales in his first 7 months of doing these videos. Number 3 is Rocket Home Leads. This is where you can actually utilize something where you don't have to pay for the leads up front. You just simply pay at the time of closing a referral fee, somewhere between 30 and 40%, depending on the level or the price point that you're working with. Rocket Home Leads is actually a product of Rocket Home Mortgage. These are going to come in as pre-approved buyers that are going onto their website and that they're looking in your area. Also, they're looking for a couple of things. They're looking for a couple years of experience. They're also looking for between 6 and 10 transactions in the last 12 months. And they're also looking for people that have good reviews. So if you're looking for a way to generate some leads that you don't have to pay for up front, Rocket Home Leads is a great place to start. Number 4 is to re-engage your database. Listen, obviously you probably have people that you've set up where they're receiving automated emails on properties that are currently coming on the market or that are having price reductions. Make sure you go back in. Those folks can sometimes be stale and we set them up and we forget about them. Go back and send them this email. It's been a little while since I checked in on you. I know you've been receiving the emails with properties. Want to make sure I'm not overwhelming you with the number of emails I'm sending, and I want to make sure I'm sending you the right type of properties. Should I make any adjustments to the type of properties or the frequency with which I'm sending those emails to you? When you send that text, you begin to have a conversation, and it's a great way to re-engage buyers that maybe you haven't thought about in a long time. Number 5 is to send unsolicited video CMAs. If you've ever heard anything I've done, you've heard me talk about the fact that I did this 1 a day for every day I worked, 72 of them in the last quarter of the last year that I was in sales, and I generated over $11 million worth of listings. Listen, this is probably the best thing I can think of that you can do to generate listings right now. If you want to know exactly how to do this, you'll see the link above. It'll give you a breakdown of exactly what I did and how you can do that and begin generating those listings. Number 6 is host open houses. Listen, there are more people coming into open houses now than we've ever seen, at least in my career. So this is a great time for you to go out, set your open houses up where you've got an hour beforehand, and let the neighbors know that you're going to be there an hour beforehand so that anybody in the neighborhood that would like to see it prior to the masses coming would be able to do that. This is going to give you the ability to find those nosy neighbors, those potential listings, follow up with these open house leads. If you host open houses, you're absolutely going to generate some leads. Number 7 is call Airbnb owners. Now, what we saw last year is that we saw numbers pretty much across the board everywhere where Airbnbs went down as far as the revenue that they generated. Now, this has generated a couple of different things. A lot of these owners of these Airbnbs, and they publish their number online, they're looking at these and they're trying to reevaluate. Should I sell this property? Or if they're doing well, should I buy another one? Simply calling these Airbnb owners and just saying, hey, I just noticed that you've got this this place that you're renting. Just wanted to see how it's going for you and see if you're looking for additional properties or if you're thinking about repositioning out of this property. When you make those contacts with those folks, typically they're like sharks. They have to keep moving, real estate investors do. So consequently, they're either going to be thinking about repositioning and selling, or they're going to be thinking about buying another property. Great place to generate some of those leads you're looking for. Number 8 is the Redfin referral network. This is another one of those where you don't have to pay for the leads up front. You pay with a referral on the back at the time of closing. Typically, there's between 33 and 40% on the referral fee. Again, it doesn't cost you anything up front. Their website says they've referred out 85,000 people that have closed on places. So this is a great source for you. Again, they're looking for a couple years experience. They're looking for good reviews and about 6 to 8 transactions in the last 12 months to be able to qualify for their program. Next up is Geographical Farming. Don't sleep on the basics. This is, in my opinion, one of the best ways you can do to have a steady flow of listing opportunities coming in. Being consistent, finding a neighborhood where you can be that expert. If you want to know exactly how to do this in the best way possible, go ahead and click the link above. It's going to give you a breakdown of exactly what to look for and how to maximize those opportunities. Next up is utilizing ChatGPT to go out and SEO optimize post on properties. This is the example of how this would look. Go in and ask ChatGPT to give me an SEO optimized Facebook post promoting this property as a new listing. The ideal buyer for this property would be, and then go ahead and let it give you that. It's going to give you the hashtags. It's going to give you all the emojis. When we did this the first time, we saw something where we were typically getting 1,500 views move up to 40,000. Now, we're not seeing that every time now, but what we're finding is that we're seeing 15 to 20% more engagement than we saw before. And these are potentially those people that we're looking for. It's not just that engagement that was maybe just people that knew us. These are actual people that are looking for and have been searching for properties like that property that you're promoting. Number 11 is asking for referrals from agents that are getting out of the business. As the market has changed, there are more and more agents that were doing 1 or 2 transactions that are getting out of the business. Going to those folks and offering the opportunity, if they can keep their license active somewhere, maybe in a referral company where they don't have a lot of fees, where you can send them a referral is a great way to generate some leads. A lot of times what we see is these agents that are getting out of the business, if you're a professional and you take care of their people and they have confidence in you, they end up actually making more money by referring people to the professionals than doing this business themselves. This is a gold mine that is out there right now. If you'll add value to these agents that have gotten out of the business and give them a path to where they can make additional funds on all the work they've done in the past, I promise you're going to get some leads. Number 12 is Instagram stories to detail links on properties. So this is what changed this past year is now we have the ability that we can put links into our Instagram stories. So going in with a quick, maybe pan view of a home or the best feature in a home and just giving a few highlights and basically saying on that story, if you'd like to see full details and photos of this property, click this link, and then sending them to a capture page where you capture the things. Most websites will have that ability. Our websites give us the ability to go there, they see 4 pictures, and then it prompts them to opt in so that they can see the remaining details. If you'll use Instagram stories to promote properties, you're going to attract the right type of buyers you're looking for. Number 13 is expired listing. As the market begins to normalize, we will begin to see more and more properties that are expiring. Going in now and developing a plan of action that has multiple steps where it's phone calls, it's delivering things in the mail, it's staying in contact and holding through maybe a 2 week to 2 month time period where you're following up with these expired listings is absolutely a great way for you to get listings. The best agent to be is the second listing agent because typically the market's given you the opportunity to let it do its work of maybe tenderizing, so to speak, where the seller is ready to listen to you. Expired listings is a great place in 2024 where you can really expand your business. Number 14 is to optimize your Google My Business page. Google is the #1 search engine, and I will promise you, before someone goes to work with you, they're going to go on Google and they're going to look and see who you are. This is the way that we can frame exactly what we want them to see. It's also a way that we can get ahead of the game where we become searchable, where when someone looks for an agent in your area, that you begin to pop up. If you're wondering how to optimize that and what the steps are, there's a link above. You can see exactly the steps and the exact things that you need to do to make sure that you stand out on Google. Number 15 is buy lunch, not leads. Listen, develop the relationships that you're looking to develop. Go deeper with those existing relationships instead of having these surface leads that you're buying. Instead of paying $10 a day to buy a lead, why not spend $10 and buy lunch? Deepen that relationship. I promise if you deepen relationships, they'll take your business wide. Number 16 is to host a going away party for your sellers. Listen, you've done the work, you've gotten someone the highest price possible for their home, and you've given them the ability to do it with the least amount of hassles. Now let them have the opportunity to celebrate with the people that have been important to them, and you're going to be the hero. Host a party where they get the opportunity. They just give you the names, they're going to give you the email addresses, where you can send out an invitation, where you can host a going away party for those folks so that they can say goodbye to their neighbors. They can say goodbye to maybe some of the people that they are important to them. By doing so, you become the hero because you're the one that helped them move on to that next step in life that they're trying to do. If you'll host that party, I promise you're going to get some introductions and maybe some pass-off referrals that you didn't even see coming. Number 17 is FSBOs. Again, this is a part of the market that really may not have needed as much of our help in the last few years, but they absolutely do now as the market has changed. These are sellers that have raised their hand and said they want to sell if they can just get the right price. Be the professional, add value, be the person that gives them the ability to move on to that next step in their life, and you're absolutely going to get opportunities with FSBOs. Number 18 is QR codes for sellers. Now, we talked about this with buyers, but what can we do with sellers? Now, typically when we're going out and we're sending mailers to farms, one of the things that we can do is we can utilize QR codes to basically ask them if they wanted an updated idea of the value of their home. Just simply click the QR code and register. Drive them to a capture page. Also, writing content that gives them the ability to do these types of things where it's going to draw those people that are thinking about selling. 7 mistakes sellers make before putting their home on the market. Or maybe it's something along these lines. 3 secrets to getting the highest price possible for your home with the least amount of hassles. If you'll write that type of content, then you'll use a QR code by mailers or by putting it in yourself in position to get people to opt in on that. By simply opting in and getting that information, they're raising their hand and telling you they're getting ready to sell their home. Number 19 is hosting a first-time homebuyer seminar. This is where you're going to give the ability to join with maybe a lender, maybe a credit repair person, someone that gives you the ability really to put together something that is going to be of value to those renters that are out there that can become the first-time homebuyers. And our statistic was just under 50% of all buyers in 2022 were first-time homebuyers. This is an area to focus in on if you're looking for transactions this year. Number 20 is little help social media posts. This is where you go on, and the way I used it was I could use a little help. I've got a buyer that's looking for a 4-bedroom home in this part of the area. We've seen everything on the MLS and nothing seems to fit. If you know of someone thinking about selling, there might be a win-win here because for the right place, these buyers may be willing to pay a premium. If you don't mind, private message me if you know of someone that is considering selling with something that might fit this criteria. By doing so, it gives you the ability to do a couple things. People see you out there hustling. They see you're doing a little something extra, and also you'll be amazed at how many times people will send you a private message to say, hey, I'm thinking about that, or you might want to call this friend of mine because they're thinking about selling right now. A great way to subtly use and add value to your buyers, but also to get listing opportunities as well. Number 21 is circle prospecting around activities of either sales or new listings. Now, this is where we're going to go out and we're going to circle maybe the 25 closest houses or more in a neighborhood where there's been a new listing come on the market. Hey, this is Jimmy Burgess with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Beach Properties of Florida. We're just calling the neighbors to let them know that we're getting ready to put this house on the market, and so we're letting all the neighbors know about it right before we get it on the market, just so that in case that you have a friend or a family member that you think might want to be a part of this neighborhood, we give you the opportunity to go out and to actually choose your neighbor. If you know of someone, please let me know. Having those conversations with those folks, or if it's something that is just recently sold. Hey, this is Jimmy Burgess with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Beach Properties of Florida. We just sold the house 4 doors down from you. Not sure if you saw the details of this, but it's absolutely going to affect the value of your property. Did you get those details? This leads into conversations and gives us the opportunity to find those opportunities for not only buyer leads, but also for potential listings as well. Next up is Veterans United Realty. Veterans United Realty is actually a subsidiary of Veterans United Mortgage, where they have VA qualified loans that are actually already pre-approved. They're going to give you those leads. Again, this is one of those sources where you don't have to pay for the leads up front. You pay somewhere between 30 and 40% on the backside once it closes. They're looking for people that have great reviews. They're looking for people that have worked with VA candidates in the past, and they're looking for people that are in those general areas of where there will be VA loans in a lot of cases around Air Force bases, Army bases, any of the type of armed services locations. This is a great way for you to generate some leads. Listen, if you're looking for more of those types of places that are where you don't pay for the leads up front, but you pay a referral fee on the back, click the link above. I've got a video where I talk about a number of different of these type of organizations that are out there and available for you to tap into whenever you're ready. Number 23 is simply ask for referrals. What have you done recently just to check in with some of those past clients you've had and just say, hope you're enjoying this. And then, by the way, I want to thank you in advance that if you hear of someone that's considering buying or selling, that you keep me in mind and that you make sure that I get an opportunity to at least see if I can help them the way that I was able to help you. This is a great way to stay top of mind, to get those referrals. As we go forward, we're going to see more and more opportunities in the referral side of the business as you continue to grow your business. Don't forget to make sure that what you ask for, you will receive. Ask for those referrals and you're going to get some leads. Last but definitely not least, buying Zillow or Realtor.com leads. Now, I put this at the end because this is something where you're going to be paying for these leads. It depends on your follow-up. What I found is the quality of these leads is directly proportional to the quality of the follow-up that you make. If you're going to spend the money, make sure you're ready to make sure that you're going to be on top of these things. You're going to follow up and you're going to add great service to these folks, and you will get a positive ROI on those things as long as you do those things in most cases. Make sure you're out there maximizing all the lead opportunities you have, and your business can't help but grow. Hope this has been helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.